kicks thrown for less.
I mean, he makes contact with Burrow just as Burrow steps. He's still in bounds. And so you watch, he initiates contact, Burrow's still in bounds, and you can't expect.
Joseph basically coming right up the middle here, and he sort of gets tripped up, and then Baker tries to do the high hurdle thing and go up over the top of him, spin around, and just grab anything you can.
He's going on something, because I thought he was early on that one as well. He was back off the line a little bit.
This is just, you see, he has to get around Njoku off the edge, and then it's just one-on-one with Ifedi over there at left tackle.
There he is inside, going to know where they're going to try and attack that blitz, and you see on the outside.
Allow. It's a good rush. He gets that edge there, and as that ball's coming out of Lamar's hands, he gets there before that arm can go forward. So these are the types of plays that this defense has relied on all season long. And certainly in this rivalry, talked about the Steelers.
Does this as well as anybody. Get hands on the football. Eyes on the quarterback, gets the deflection.
Oh, you're completely surprised. Look at him win, and then they set the edge on the other side.
That is the basics of their four-man pass rush. Now, when they get into a five-man rush, sometimes they'll fire and be able to do all those things.
You know, he's got the size and the power, but he's a technician. Good job with the hands. He gets off the block and just closes in.
Nice play by Karlaftis.
I think this is what Vance Joseph loves about this edge pressure. It's the depth that he has. That's the fourth sack this year.
And they're only rushing 4, and they get enough pressure to force C.J. Stroud to throw it away. It's not a blitz, but it's enough pressure by Jones. Forward pass, but Karlaftis getting the pressure, beating Blake Fisher, the right tackle. We talked to Chris Jones. He's going to get good push. He beats the center, Patterson, and then Mixon knocked it down.
Yeah, he does a good job of just working to the outside against McGlinchey. Wins, and then just, there's the athletic. Obviously, tight end Troutman. Watch him release. Watch the left tackle Bowles. Kind of in no man's land. Miscommunication.
Karlaftis working on Blake Fisher, the rookie. He forces the action. He's gotten through his man. Again, when you're running a screen like that, you just want to kind of disengage from a guy quick.
Coming off the edge right here, you see how Garrett fights through the tight end and then bends the corner. In their first game, he was quiet against.
He is right there, 53, unblocked. Caleb McGarry late getting back out there, and it shows you.
Ball, he has to understand my slide is to my left, my hot is to my right.
He is so good. That's where he makes an impact on the game. He's having to play a little deeper tonight.
Very much so.
So the offensive line, the center calls, he's going to go to the left. The problem is they need one extra guy to the right. It's a miscue. They walked up 6.
And then came back right as he's sliding up, doesn't have time to find it.
Landon Roberts, one of the great run stoppers in the NFL. Kind of gets through the block, and that's a big man, Michael Pierce. What they're trying to do is run a screen pass off this play action fake, and the ball's going to go back over to the running back.
Look at this 38-year-old modern marvel is what he was called by his coaches.
And you said he's been on some kind of run, Jim. Look at that move to get through and then to still slide forward.
These games are for a guy in his situation, you know, trying to go in there and play well.
Stop. They really sold out to stop the run. There was very few players in pass coverage, and Hayward just splitting the double team right there while the single on Stanley.
So he's looking to go to the front side of the run.
There's no reason to overset. He has his left guard, Nick Allegretti, right next to him. There's no need for Biotish to over.
Dean Muhammad. Here's Zadarius, and what he's going to run is called a pick game. You're seeing that everyone is picking the offensive lineman.
If it's struggle, Jeffrey Simmons just keeps playing.
It's just a right rip there against Glowinski. And Anthony Richardson did a good job to hold on to that football right there. Simmons went right for the elbow.
But this really kind of breaks down the play when you have to worry about catching it first.
Is developing. Watch him. He's going to go up all the way under and come scot-free. And he doesn't fall for the fake. And then he gets back up, that extra effort.
Last-ditch effort to strain. Use your athleticism, whatever it takes. But Sam Darnold also has to know. Once again, they're going right back to the well. Bring 2 on the back, make these 2, sort out 3 of them. And Van Ginkel's going to loop inside there. Boom, work the pick game, and they eventually get to the quarterback.
Miles Cole, you're going to see him coming in right here on the left side of your screen. He just beats Bowers right there on the inside move and is able to get in the backfield.
Well, watch Van Ginkel right here. He's going to get attention from 2 offensive linemen, the right guard and right tackle, Lucas and Laumea. And then when Lucas comes off to block the edge, there goes Van Ginkel.
Just effort by Kaylavon Chason. Working here on the outside on Cole Van Lanen. He just works his way through and eventually just gets onto Mack quickly.
Chason now has 3 sacks.
Really good job by Richardson on the outside. The rookie who's had to step up with Jacorian Bennett being injured, of getting his shoulder pads down and making a tackle.
And Ngakwe. And here comes Mapu, number 15, coming off of the edge. You'd mentioned his size at 230. Played linebacker and outside line.
At the rookie from Texas A&M.
Yeah, you see the speed that he has. There's really nothing he can't do. He recognizes it. He gets up the field, coming off a huge game last week.
Yeah, there's really nowhere for Aiden O'Connell to go here. You have a clear out, and you have a corner on the play side on the right side there.
He wants to cut this ball loose. I'm not so sure he won't be happy that he didn't get this ball airborne. He held on to it.
Coming from the backside of this play, just breaks right through at the line of scrimmage before Ray Davis can even get started.
Mason Smith on the interior right here. You see him one-on-one working and getting his way and finding, using his hands to get off of the block from Parham and make this sack right here. A good job from the young guy of making his name known early on in this game.
Yeah, got a little cute. We see a lot of this from Kansas City. Colin Saunders, boy, what a play he has.
I'm going to tell you right now, it is different for people who haven't watched him all year. If they'd have had this unit, you'd have seen a very different record at this stage of the season, because
and it's not really a matter of any of the 5 rushers even winning, but watch how they just kind of constrict the pocket. They just bring the backs of the offensive linemen.
Gets tripped up. I mean, they're just getting good pressure right inside here. Great pressure. And Young, as he's climbing the pocket, watch. He's going to trip over the center's foot right there, Christensen.
Just keeps playing. Sure has. We just talked about Hall as a guy that's starting to come on, but so is Isaiah McGuire. He really has been doing an excellent job when he's got his opportunity.
Motivated by the way that Saquon ran over him in the first meeting.
Yeah, I mean, just look how many more bodies there are in the box now until Kenny Pickett proves he can throw the ball downfield.
Quiddy Page is going to bull rush right off the end, Ross, and he's just going to take him right back into the quarterback.
Yeah, and I thought Petit Frere did a good job initially. I mean, that's a lot of time.
After another clock issue and a loss of 14 on this sack.
Well, they run a game up front, and the Saints just do not handle it at all inside. And there comes Wyatt right up inside, and Rattler by the time he's...
But watch him just anticipate the count, and if you're Calcaterra on the road, you're the furthest guy from the center on the line of scrimmage.
All getting into the backfield. DeMarcus Walker going against Brock Wright. Him and Zach Pickens meet at the running back and get the tackle for loss.
Clear, you know, he's very, very good. So he's walked up into that line, and I've seen him on running backs from time to time there. And just quick upfield around the corner, and you saw his hand. You know, it's not just the sack, it's the forced fumble. Look at him attack that football as he comes around that edge. Coming from the outside, you leave the tight end out there, and it's one of the things that...
Buffalo team and trying to heat up the young quarterback.
Gotten beat by Russell scrambling, but on this one they didn't. There's just nobody open down the field in that between Van Noy, Matabike.
He's going to drop, so it's still only 4 guys rushing, but they don't account for the outside guy. And I'd say that has to be the back as well. You got 2 linemen
close to his receiver.
This is your worst nightmare as a center. One-on-one against DeForest Buckner, just pushing him back with the stunt. That is not what you're looking for. Look at that. And he reaches over top, grabs the jersey.
Watch 39. He's on the line of scrimmage. He reads the screen and then just uses speed. Watch the right guard go inside to help, and when he realizes Harris is coming, it's too late. Christian Harris is a dynamic athlete, missed all of the season until last week with a calf injury, and they...
Slater, as you mentioned, he's going to pull around, and once he gets out here, he just gets locked up. But look at the defense. Look at the white jerseys flying to the football, knowing that this offense is trying to find playmakers.
The whole pocket collapses. So here comes Cox off the edge, and that's what forces Rattler then up inside. And
Double-A blitz and drop out, right? Not this time. A little loop around there, and it's just too hard to pick up. With everybody else, it's just one-on-one blocks. So you saw there, Rachaad White made the first block, but it was the looper that came around the outside, and you just have to throw it away.
Yeah, well, let's just get this thing started off right on the first play. Little play action right here shows you the courage in the pocket. Got his eyes downfield. He knows he's going to take that hit from Kayvon Thibodeaux and stays in the pocket. Look at the throw. Ray McLeod has to...
He was trying to shovel past the ball in the direction of Saquon Barkley. It's hard to tell whether his hand was coming forward or not. Let's take a look. I think it is. I think they're going to rule this as an incomplete pass.